number 11th ranked UFC women's strawweight, Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie, thank you so much for the time.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We will take the first set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Hey Mackenzie, it's good to see you again.
Yay, good to see you.
I know you could just hear me, right?
Yeah.
I want to start. This is your second fight with the team at RVCA. Obviously, you've had a lot more time with them this time. Just what difference has that made with just going into the fight?
It's making the biggest difference, It's like one of the reasons I was so excited and I really want to fight in December. I don't know what's going to happen in 2021 with the COVID, if things are going to close or they're going to get better. So I was like, man, I'm training every day. I'm seeing such a big evolution on my game, my striking with coach because he's in California. My dad lives in Arizona. So, I'm training more my boxing than my jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, man, I'm seeing such a big evolution and everything. So I really want to, try to take advantage of this momentum that I have from my last two fights, advantage of, my training with him and how much, potential he's showing me that I have. So I'm really like, happy and I'm excited to see if I can show you everyone on this fight.
The interviews I've seen with you, you're clearly very excited to show that work. I can really hear that in your voice. I see you on Instagram though, and I see you are still rolling with your dad. Obviously, Megaton is well known. How does he fit in? Because I'm assuming he's always there to help you with your jujitsu, but how does he fit in with your other coaches and all the other work they want to do with you?
Yeah, my dad, he's a great guy. He's so charismatic, and it's funny because like he lives in Arizona and he's always competing and he's still competing like till today. I think he competes in 2 weekend or next weekend or in 2 weeks from now. So it's kind of like he comes in when he comes we just like train jiu-jitsu together, like train the time he's with me, and then he goes back and then I come and then I go and keep training my boxing or wrestling, whatever I need to do. So I think the coach like it, because it's not like this mix of no, you need to stay standing up, you need to stay going down to the. He's not like, really trying to push. He's never trying to make a strategy for me or anything like that. He's just like keeping me of how we were on the beginning, that I had so much success, during my whole jiu-jitsu career. And, obviously now doing my MMA career, with the submissions and everything. So he just kind of always keeps my mind grounded and always remember me about my roots and always kicking my butt all the time, beating me up, so that's good. I know there's no woman that can fight me that's going to be worse than my dad. He always like puts the pressure and everything, and that's what I need.
Now that sounds like true love right there. I think that's
Yeah.
great. I want to ask you because obviously Verna's solid in jiu-jitsu. I don't need to tell you, you're obviously very decorated in jiu-jitsu. For people who are not as smart, how would you describe the difference between your grappling and hers?
It's funny because I think everyone's trying to find like this big difference, in the grappling and things like that. I think I think her grappling is a lot like, kind of pressure and, passing and things like that. And people see me, doing like these crazy leg locks and arm bars and kind of a little bit more looser and stuff like that. But man, I'm a complete fighter, jiu-jitsu fighter. I've been fighting, I think people don't realize like I have this pressure passing too. I've had to fight absolute divisions, my whole jiu-jitsu career. So I really think I'm a more complete fighter now. I'm doing everything like from pressure to pass like her, all the way to doing, beating bowling, going on the legs and the feet and jumping, all these triangles, omoplatas and stuff like that, the loose game too, even you can say like heel hooks and things like that, that we're not used to doing in jiu-jitsu, pure jiu-jitsu tournaments, So I really think the biggest difference is hers is maybe a little bit more one-dimensional, that is effective. It's really effective, especially when you have a ground and pound and stuff like that. But I think people don't realize that I know that style too, and that's part of my jiu-jitsu game too, is just to be well-rounded and to be the best in the world.
Okay, thank you, Mackenzie. Good luck.
Thank you.
We will take the next set of questions from Chester Luo with PP Sport.
Mackenzie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm Chester from PP Sport China, and first of all, I would like to tell you that you already have a lot of fans among Chinese Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, and including me, and we all hope you can get the victory this Saturday.
Oh, thank you so much. My first ADCC that I was invited to was going to be in Beijing, and I had my ACL tear like 3 weeks before, so I was never able to go to compete in China, But I hope to go there one day and train there and maybe meet you guys. It'll be a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. So my first question is: before you became a pro MMA fighter, you were already the pound for pound number one women jiu-jitsu athlete, and I would like to ask you that you're right now you're fighting for your you're fighting in MMA. You're fighting for yourself or fighting for jiu-jitsu.
That's a good question. I think I'm fighting for jiu-jitsu. I went into the MMA for that, for jiu-jitsu, and the more like my last two fights after my pregnancy, was two submission performance of the night bonus. And I think I'm really just trying to show how jiu-jitsu is effective, especially like when you mix punches and everything. So my goal always was to bring jiu-jitsu to a big platform, like Damian Maya, like Royce Gracie, like all these jiu-jitsu fighters, who really showed the UFC, and be like the woman inspiration for the jiu-jitsu and make jiu-jitsu even more famous than more famous possible.
Okay, and my next question is: since the achievement you had made in jiu-jitsu and you're naturally attract more attention when you're a switch to MMA, and your opponent, uh, Gender Roba, had mentioned that the victory over you will bring her more visibility. So, would this kind of attention be a kind of pressure for you?
I don't think it's a pressure, I think definitely it's exciting, and I think fighting Verna because she's a jiu-jitsu fighter too, it's gonna be able to give a lot of opportunities to show a little bit my striking. Of course, I don't. My plan isn't like to win the fight striking, but I definitely think it's gonna give a lot more opportunities to show and maybe uh, hurt her a little bit on my striking, so the jiu-jitsu will be even easier. But I think it's gonna be a great fight, and it's good too. If I beat her too, it's gonna show. It's gonna help my name too on the jiu-jitsu as the best jiu-jitsu fighter in women's jiu-jitsu fighter in the UFC. So I think we're both in the same boat. I think a lot of my following, if she beats me, will follow to her and really give her a lot of respect and stuff like that. But I think the same way, more for me in the MMA world. She has, I think, 16 or 17 fights. If I beat her, especially with the jiu-jitsu, it'll help bring my name a little bit more like, yeah, okay, she's one of the best jiu-jitsu in the MMA world.
Okay, thank you for your time and good luck to your Saturday.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
We will take the next set of questions from Ryan McCarthy with Low Kick MMA.
Hey, Mackenzie, how are you?
Hey, Ryan, nice to see you or hear
Nice to see you.
you.
Yeah. So Kai wanted to see how how's the preparation for Verna? I know she's she has a unique skill set, difficult to prepare for sure. And you're both ranked fighters. So how has it been preparing for someone like Verna?
Yeah, I trained a lot my striking. I trained my jiu-jitsu too, for sure, just to make sure I'm on point and everything's clean and my timing is good. Since that's both of our strengths is the ground. So I definitely figured we're gonna both be on the ground sooner or later in the fights, and it's just gonna be who's thinking faster, who has the better options, the better transitions. But I trained a lot my striking for this fight. I think it will make the takedowns, and if I can hurt her a little bit on the striking and have a little bit more opportunities to show like my weakness against her weakness and show that my weakness is not my weakness anymore. I think that was kind of my goal for this camp. Just be prepared for everything and take advantage of them train. I have my whole fight camp with Coach Perillo on this fight, so really there's been a big change in my level of my striking, and I think I'm going to be able to show that on this fight.
For sure. And then kind of going off that, I mean, if you were when you beat Verna, a ranked fighter, do you have a name in the top 10 that you're targeting after this fight?
No name in particular. A lot of things are going to in 2021 with in between the top 10. I think a lot of the girls are going to fight each So I don't really want to say a certain name now and then it changes, and that maybe a certain girl was number, I don't know, 5 and then goes to 7 or something like that, But definitely 2021, I want to try to pick a little bit more of my fights to really get me one step closer to the belt, not just fight anyone for any time, for anything. I really want to fight, top fighters and show that I have the level to be the champion, and I don't want to get there like by just fighting anyone. I want to get there by proving myself, and I think the best way to prove is by fighting the top contenders.
For sure. Well, thank you for your time, Mackenzie. I really look forward to your fight on Saturday, and best of luck.
Thank you.
We will take the next set of questions from Augusto Niez-Gay with Somos MMA.
How are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mackenzie, my first question is, I don't know if you heard what Berna has said, but she thinks that a win over you will make her more notorious for the fans because she thinks you already are a star of the sport. So I want to ask you, what do you feel when people say that? Do you consider yourself a star, or it sounds crazy for you?
No, I don't think I don't see myself as a star yet. I definitely see potential for me to be a great champion, multiple champion, things like that. But I feel like I need to prove myself, So the fact that they have people that see me there already, I say like, man, that's good, that's good. I think that's why a lot of people accept the fights with me, I think because I came into MMA with the whole jiu-jitsu community supporting me, with a big following, with a big family behind me, I think that in jiu-jitsu is, I think, really effective in MMA, so I think to be dangerous in that not a lot of people are good at jiu-jitsu in the women's division, it can take me far. And so I'm happy. It's really nice for her to say that, and I don't feel any pressure, anything like that, I feel like I need to prove myself, because I came from the pregnancy, I took 1 year off, and I'm trying to get back in and really show people like, hey, I want that respect, that I am a star, not that I'm just one more girl. I'm looking for that respect that she said,
Yes, I understand you. And Mackenzie, how do you prepare a fight against someone who's very good at the grappling department like you? And how do you neutralize her style?
Yeah, it's funny because like for this camp I trained my jiu-jitsu, just to make sure my timing, my transitions is like, but I'm confident, on my jiu-jitsu. I think her passing and pressure and stuff like that, and I fought girls like that all the time. I do that type too, even though I don't show too much in MMA because I've submit before, like submit on with leg locks, or I that style too. I've done that whole life, pressure pass too and things like that. So I really trained a lot of my striking for this fight. I'm trying to, I don't want to be on the ground with her in the first minute. I think we're both strong. We're both dry. We're not sweaty or bloody or anything. I really trying to get a little bit tired, get her a little bit tired, and then to be a little bit like cleaner, the submissions. I think she's going to be good defense, good pressure. So I don't want to be feeling that like in the first minute. I really want to show all my training, my striking that I've been doing, and I think it's a good fight for me to show this and everything I've been working on.
Oh, Mackenzie, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Gracias.
We will take the next set of questions from Pablo Santamaria with Noti MMA Ecuador.
Hi, Mackenzie. Talking to you
Hi.
again.
Yes, you too.
Okay, so in the post of Coach Marillo on Instagram, your boxing is looking sharp. Do you think it will be an important key in this fight?
Yes, definitely. I think this is a perfect fight for me to show my striking, my boxing, because it's her weakness, and her strength is her jiu-jitsu like mine, so I've been training so much. I really hope I get the opportunity to show it, and I think this is going to be a great fight for me to be able to, I don't know, knock out or knock her down and then submit, or at least be able to show that my level, my striking is getting better, you know?
I get it. So she's also very good on the ground. She jiu-jitsu is very good. Do you think your jiu-jitsu is better than her jiu-jitsu, or at the same level?
Yeah, I definitely I think my jiu-jitsu is more complete, you know, more rounded, well-rounded, and more not effective. I think her style like is a little bit more basic, but that's very effective in MMA, you know. But it's nothing like I've never seen before. I've fought girls like that all the time, you know. So I definitely think I think it's harder for her to fight someone like me than for me to fight someone like her, you know.
Okay. What's your prediction for the fight, Mackenzie?
I think we're gonna stay standing up a little bit, you know, both of us. Um, I think we're gonna put on a great fight. I don't think it's gonna be easy for either one of us. On the ground, I think it's gonna be a lot of transitions from the bottom to the top to the back and things like that. But I think that hopefully I can get the submission in the end.
Okay. I wanted to ask you because your training partner Chito is going to face Jose Aldo, a legend of your country. Who you got in that fight?
It's gonna be a good fight, you know. I know that both of them are training hard. Uh, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. You know, I see Chiro training all the time. You know, and he's really focused and he's really hungry. So I think it's gonna be very dangerous. But I don't know. I don't know who will win. I'm really excited to see this fight.
Okay, the first time I talked to you, Ecuadorian fans were very happy because you greet them. Would you like to send another message to your Ecuadorian fans?
To my Ecuadorian friends, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope to go to Ecuador and visit you guys and train and surf too. You know, my husband, we can surf. So thank you guys so much, and I hope that you guys enjoy the fight this weekend.
Okay, thank you very much, Mackenzie, for your time and good luck.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
We will take the next set of questions from Stephen Morocco with MMA Fighting.
Hey, Mackenzie. Just was curious, did the incident between your ex-coach and your husband make you rethink who you sort of let into your inner circle as a fighter?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I was like for me, I felt like almost so bad that I spent like 1.5 years, you know, believing some things and going through some things that, you know, now I see like, man, that's not normal for coaching and for fighters to go through. It's really crazy, and it's like, man, definitely gave me a different vision on, you know, my camps and just my life, you know, in general, and my career, who I want near me and stay close, and really who you open up to. And it's really dangerous, you know. What we do is dangerous, you know. We get punched in the face, can break your nose, can ruin your career, you know, by knee surgeries or things like that, you know. So it's not like just you know, to give in the hands of people for ego or things like that, you know. You need to be like with real professionals, and you need to feel good, and you know, a happy fighter or a happy athlete, that's the best camp, you know, when you're happy with what you're doing and not having like a different battle in your mind, and then a battle on the fight, and then a battle, you know, in the family with their coaches, you know. That's not normal. So definitely made me think like 2 times, and now I see like so much evolution and everything in my career.
So what led you to Jason Perillo? Was it his history or was it something else?
Yeah, it was definitely, I had heard of him before, you know, and Pat, you know, the owner of Ruka, I know he's known me since I'm a little baby, you know, from jiu-jitsu. So, you know, I know his like more private gym, you know, the Ruka. So I wasn't sure if Coach Pearl would want to train me. And I know that he's trained like such great fighters, Chris, BJ Penn, you know, who is a jiu-jitsu guy. So I really like that BJ was jiu-jitsu, and Coach was able to, you know, to work with him to be champion, all these things. But I was kind of nervous, like, man, I hope that Coach will want to work with me. You know, I left the lab, and then I left this last gym. You know, I said maybe he's gonna think that I'm like a problem fighter, you know, or something like that. And he said like, okay, come in. Man, I'm so happy he did, because like there's a reason why he's one of the best in the world. It's like it really does make a big difference.
I talked to Hobson Gracie the other day, and he said it gets exhausting going to new gyms because people look at his last name and they instantly that he's instantly a target. Do you experience the same thing?
Mm, I no, I think a lot of the gym, a lot of camps, the lab was like more team, so it was a lot of people, and they had a lot of people in the UFC with big names, and things like that. So it was really just kind of one more, and everyone was pushing me good and stuff like that. Black House, was kind of a little bit more team too, like more than one fighters, but I think I do better at private gyms, I think the Ruka, it's perfect, because I can just go do my thing, train. I see like Cheeto over there. I see, Bisping and Luke, and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. And you can watch and really see what these like world champions are doing. And like, okay, I see like Cheetos in the gym. I need to be in the gym too, because that's how where I want to be. I see Luke's in the gym. I need to go to, so really pushes you to have these high level fighters, but without that mix of everyone trying to kill you and all these things, and stuff like that. So I really like the gym, and I think the private gym is kind of more the way to go for my style.
For sure. My last question, you came into MMA as a specialist in one area. What advice would you have for somebody like the boxer Clarissa Shields, who's trained so intensely in one area, and now she has to learn a new set of skills on this big stage?
I think it just stay consistent. I think for her who's starting now to be mixed martial arts, her boxing is going to take her a long way for sure. But to not just train jiu-jitsu depending on who she fights, like, oh, I'm gonna fight a jiu-jitsu girl, so now I'll start jiu-jitsu, start to train it from the beginning, twice a week, wrestling her weaknesses, because when I think she's gonna go really long, just really far with her boxing, but when it comes the day that she fights a jiu-jitsu girl, something she's gonna be already prepared, if she starts now and just always consistent and not get dismotivated, when you can't punch, it have to be like in a gi and things like that,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We will take our last set of questions from Omer Mert Savci with S Sport.
Hello, Mackenzie. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Thanks. Mackenzie, how many more wins do you think you need to earn for title shot?
I think 3 more wins.
3 more.
Yeah.
Okay. My other question, how does it feel to be a mother and a fighter?
Oh, it's great. It's one of the best feelings ever, because she's my biggest motivation, and my biggest cheerleader. She's always cheering for me all the time, and to know that no matter the result, no matter the training, the hard training and everything we do, she's there, and it's like the true value is our family, and on top of anything, money or work or anything like that. So it's really great to be able to have that, my daughter following me on my career, and hopefully I can be like inspiration for her and get the belt and be a mom champion, and she can be very proud of me.
Mackenzie, you say I'm not a star, but you're a big star in Turkey. You have a huge fan base here. Do you have any message to Turkish fans?
Oh, just thank you so much. I've never been to Turkey, but I really hope to go one day soon too. And thank you everyone for all the support. It's a surprise for me, that everyone, that a lot of people like me there and everything like that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck on Saturday, Mackenzie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. That is all the questions we had for you. We really appreciate the time.
Perfect. Thank you so much.